folks come over to another part of the Nvidia booth here at CES 2014. I'm here with my friend Andrew Coonrad from Nvidia. He's going to go ahead and talk to us a little bit about what you can do with Shield. And that will include Game Stream and, of course, Nvidia Grid, which will be the first ever way to play from the cloud, actually use PC-type games and play them onto your system without even having to download the games. Now, of course, there's a few things that are involved with that. We'll let Andrew talk about that to you. So let's go ahead, Andrew.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot. So you kind of already nailed it. I mean, Shield is a portable gaming device. It runs on Android. So it's powered by Tegra 4, which is a very capable chip as far as graphics go. So we have all sorts of games on the Android store, which is great. You can take those on the go. Great battery life as well. Movies, music, all that kind of stuff that you expect from an Android device. But also, you can stream your games from your PC to your device in your local Wi-Fi network. But then what you mentioned was Grid. And Grid's kind of what we're really excited to talk about today. This rack right here is actually where the Grid servers are. And that server rack will allow you to stream your games to the device anywhere that you have a Wi-Fi connection. So that's really cool, not only because, like you said, you don't have to download your games, but also it allows you to play the latest updates with the latest graphic settings, no matter where you are, on all sorts of cool devices like the Shield. So with a high quality display, high quality controller, you're going to get a really good experience at PC level graphics anywhere you want.
Now my question is what are we looking at latencies? Are you going to have different, are there going to be different, I guess, server farms around the world, around the United States that people could actually hook up to? Is it going to be strictly an Nvidia Grid system, or are you going to go third party where maybe third parties can go ahead and purchase Grid, set it up as their area, and do you think they're going to charge subscription fees? What's going to happen?
Well, that's a great question. So you're kind of looking into the future of this technology and what the consumer is going to get out of it. And right now what we're doing is we have a free beta for all of our Shield customers. So if you own a Shield, you get the Grid beta for free. We have one server location in the Bay Area. So in Northern California, you're going to have the best experience right now with our beta. We're kind of just trying it out and giving customers a chance to test the technology. But in the future, what we want to do is have partners that are going to use our Grid servers for whatever they want to do with it. Whether that's, if it's a developer that wants to share their content over our Grid servers, or whether it's another aggregator like, Sony or Amazon or some sort of other content provider, it's up to them to use our servers to do what they want with them. So we're kind of proving the concept that you can play games over network in one location now. But in the future, like you said, who knows? Maybe it'll be, they'll have a giant server cluster in every city in China, or maybe they'll have them all over the United States and Canada, or not really quite sure yet, because we're still kind of working out the business development side of the Grid servers. So right now we're just kind of making the beta available to people in Northern California so they can test out the technology. But like you said, if you got a Shield and you got the know-how, you can make it work.
You can make it work. And let me let you in on a little secret. I like to play with things. And of course, face it, guys and girls, you really do want the best technology if you're going to use Shield and you're going to try to use the Grid beta at this time. You want to try to have a 5 gigahertz router that does support Game Stream. That could be any router that either ASUS, I think, Netgear and D-Link have jumped on board with that for the Game Stream. You'll get a better gaming experience at 5 gigahertz. But unfortunately, I've got FiOS, and it's not that good. I didn't want to say the S word, but you know what I mean. I was able, and I connect from Florida, Tampa, Florida, all the way out to Santa Clara, and I can play Grid with low latencies. I am not getting kicked off. It's not telling me that my ping rate is too high, so I can't play it, and I've actually done it at 2.4 gigahertz. What do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. I think, again, that's just a proof of concept of the technology. If you got the know-how, you got the capability, Go for it. Play games wherever you can.
It's a great experience. I mean, I've played a couple games. They have 8 games uploaded onto the site right now. I've been playing Trine 2, kind of, in a way, trying to get into these fantasy games, you know, trying to find the goblet of whatever it's going to be and going on little treks, but it is actually running flawlessly. There's very little lag that I'm getting, and you know, I expected maybe coming from totally across the country.
It's about as far away as you can get, right?
That I'd be getting kicked off every 3 minutes, especially at 2.4 gigahertz.
Right.
So now we're talking about the quality of the grid system, even though it's in beta right now.
Right.
And I've had a very good gaming experience using Shield.
That's awesome.
Now, I just have one more question for you, and that is about GameStream. If you have a Shield unit, you have your home computer, you have Steam, and you want to just say, go ahead and play on your big screen TV, how can you do that with Shield?
That's a great question. So we have a technology called console mode, and that's where you use the HDMI port on the Shield to output to your 1080p TV. And if you do that, you actually, a little pop-up comes up that says, do you want to go into console mode? When you do that, it reboots the front end of Android into a native 1080p environment, which means not only all your apps and Netflix and all your content can be displayed at 1080p, but also all your games. So that means all your Android games are going to run in native 1080p. Also, all your streaming technology, whether it be Grid or GameStream, is going to go to your TV at 1080p. So, you know, you can use like a Bluetooth controller or mouse and keyboard and stuff like that. It's a great experience.
Now, do you have to close the actual...
You can. It turns the display off because what it does is it actually uses the display output of the GPU to render 1080p to the display.
And can you actually use the game controller on Shield, or do you need a different game controller?
You could, yeah. No, you could use the Shield itself. Not a problem, yeah. But, you know, sometimes people want to leave it up there and leave it charged, or you can grab it and use it like a controller.
All right.
Great question, yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right, guys. Andrew Coonrad. Watch for him. He likes to play StarCraft. Have a great day, guys.
Thanks.
This is 2014 CES High Tech Legion coming to you from the Nvidia booth. Bye-bye. Thank you, Andrew.
No problem.